Well, hello friends, it's Crazy Cheap Chick, and I'm back from the grocery store. In a second, we're going to get these groceries inside, and I'll show you what I found. Got some great deals this week. We're going to talk about how to turn these clearance foods into some great tasting meals. So there's going to be some menu ideas, and at the end, I'm going to tell you a little story to either delight or horrify you. Part of it is about 10-year-old me, and it's also about artificial intelligence. So you got to stick around to the end, though, to hear the story. I just got home from Dillon's, and I spent $57.11 pre-tax. Now, only $32.61 of that was food, and I'll tell you why in a minute. On Monday evening, we are going to take our grandkids to a Royals baseball game. And this is the world we live in now. You can only take stuff in a clear bag. So I had to order these. I got 2 of these off Amazon. I think they were about $12 for 2 of them. But that's the only way you can take anything into the game is in a clear bag. But they will let you take in bottled water, and I think they will let me bring in chips. And so we're going to buy the kids a hot dog, and I think hot dogs are $5 each. I mean, can you believe it? I mean, a ticket to the Royals game now is now like $32 each. No, wait, we got the very cheapest tickets. They were $29. So we must have bad seats. But anyway, I got these chips to take into the game to go with their hot dogs. And I also found these caramel lollipops for $1.95. And then I bought Cracker Jacks, but I had to buy those online because I haven't been able to find them around here. So I finally had to go to Amazon to get the Cracker Jacks. I also got onions for $2.99 and lettuce for $2.34. I had a coupon for this half and half. Oh man, it's getting so expensive. $5.49 now for this much cream. I can't seem to stomach my coffee without at least some cream in it. And I never buy milk. I always just dilute the half and half when I need milk because I rarely need milk. You could buy unshucked corn 3 for $5, or I could buy these 7 ears of corn for $3.15. So that was a pretty easy decision there. Then I found this pepperoni for $1.72. I think it was normally $4.79. And I don't usually buy cleaners. I make my own, but these were marked down to $2.49, and this stuff is usually really, really expensive. So I thought, well, I'll go ahead and have some of it. But I'm probably still going to just keep making my own cleaners because I think it's healthier for me. This was my biggest and best bargain. They had all these packages of batteries for $2.45. And I guess the prepper in me just thought I needed 10 packages of batteries. And it says on there 10-year power guarantee. And so when I came home, I asked John Wayne, I'm like, did I get a great deal or did I mess up by buying all these batteries? And he said, no, they'll be fine as long as you keep them in the plastic package. Of course, he's an electrician. I'm like, why do you have to keep them in the plastic package? And he said, because if they're exposed to anything metal, they'll discharge. But as long as they're kept in the plastic, he said they'll last forever. But if they're rolling around loose in a drawer, he said they lose their power really, really quickly. So you want to keep them in the package. That's your frugal tip of today. Then these things were free. They had given me several free coupons, and I don't know what this yogurt was, $1.25, I think. So it was free. This normally sells for $2.29, but it was free. And I think these sell for $1.25, but it was free. So these were my free items from Dillon's. And they were calling this weekend like the freebie weekend. And so these were my 3 freebies. Here's the Cracker Jacks that I had to order online. I think they were only 70 cents a box though. And mysteriously, one is missing. So John Wayne has already tried them out. I said, you just wanted the prize inside. I know that's why you opened it, was for that prize. Who besides me remembers Cracker Jacks? I think that bag's gonna work pretty good. Wish it was a little bit bigger, but it's okay. Today I spent $49.21 before tax, and the last time I went, I spent $57.11. So this week it was a grand total of $106.32. But if you subtract out that $24.50 that I spent for batteries, that's the true prepper in me, spending $24 on batteries. I spent $81.82 on food. Now let me show you what I got today. I was out of celery, so this celery was $1.49. I bought all this stuff at Dillon's, by the way. I'm out of salt, so I had to get salt for 79 cents. 2 cans of Great Northern beans, they were each 89 cents. Now remember, I got all those peppers at the produce auction. Well, I've used all the green ones, and so I had to get a green pepper. I spent 89 cents for that. I'm trying to stay away from the processed foods, but not doing perfect. Really wanted some saltine crackers. They were $2.19. I'm taking the kids to the ball game tonight, and that packet, there's going to be 12 of us going, and the packets came in packets of 10, so I had to buy 2 more in order to have enough chips for everyone. And then I bought 2 4-packs of green beans. Now these were $2.59 for a 4-pack, which makes them 64 cents a can. And these are actually, I have to bring green beans to a dinner. A friend died, and this is, I'm taking some green beans to the family for a family dinner after the funeral. So this is for them, not for me. And then they had berries on sale, so I got 2 raspberries for $1.49 and a blackberry for $1.49. Then I found this chicken broth for 70 cents, and its best by date is October 15th, which is over a month away, so that will not be hard at all for me to use up 4 of these, though I'm not real tied to best by dates. This chicken was on clearance. It had been $14.16. It was down to $9.18. I've not been buying very much meat because I'm trying to use up all that meat in my freezer. And but I'm almost out of chicken. I think I have 1 package of chicken left in the freezer. And then got this Pizza Ranch chopped kit. It's really just a salad they gave a fancy name to. Just a regular old salad. It was $2.38. Probably going to have this for lunch today. This teriyaki stir fry kit was $2.79. This kale was $2.23. Then on the way to the game tonight, because we live over an hour from the stadium, I got these little boxes of, they're not apple juice, they're water infused with apple essence for $1.44. That way the kids could have something to drink on the way to the game, and then I'm taking bottled water to take into the game. So these cans were $2.65, and there's 53 ounces in here. Well, this size can is like 14 and a half, 15 ounces, so I just used 15 ounces. And if you divided that out, there's about 3.5 cans in one of these. And so that would make it, if it was this size can, it would make it 75 cents a can, which is slightly cheaper than what a can of green beans runs for these days, but not terribly so. And then I've still got all of these red peppers left from the produce market. I am going to chop these up and dry them today. Well, I think I told you I'm trying to divide my shopping trip into 2. So I'm going to try to go on Mondays and Fridays. So what are we going to eat for the next 3 or 4 days? Well, tonight we're going to have a hot dog and chips at the game and Cracker Jacks. And then I'm also going to make some white chili. And white chili, you just make it with chicken and white beans. And of course, I've got this chicken broth. And then I'm probably going to make some Tuscan soup, that type of soup they make at Olive Garden called Zuppa Toscana, I think it's called. Anyway, I'm going to try to make that this week. And that's why I got the kale. And then we're also going to have stir fry. So I've got this stir fry kit and chicken. And I've got a lot of vegetables I want to get rid of that I can add into that stir fry. And we'll just have stir fry over rice. And I also, since I got all those potatoes at the produce auction, I think I'm going to have potato soup one night as well, and maybe a salad. Anyway, that's 3 or 4 days worth of food. These go in the prepper pantry. These will be good for baked beans whenever we have a family gathering or the next funeral I have to bring food to, because at my age, you know, you're starting to lose people. I'm really embarrassed to show you my freezer. This is what it looks like. Only this is freezer 1. And this is freezer 2. Now, I have been using stuff up out of here, and so there are actually some spots in there that were not there before. And I need to clean this out and get it organized and keep using up what I have in here. I couldn't use all those peppers, so I'm drying the last of them. I'll probably end up with another jar like this. Electric mason jar vacuum sealer is what this is called. Okay, so I put my bag in there, which was like this. It just had a closure like this, but I want to seal it. So you go ahead and put that on. And you just press that button, is all you do?
Yep. Then that's a percentage reading. That's your reading there.
Oh, of how much air it sucked out?
Yeah.
And you charge it up. Just charges. Done. Got a good seal.
So vacuum sealing dry goods can increase their shelf life significantly depending on the type of food and other factors. Flour, rice, and sugar, these ingredients can last up to 2 years in the pantry when vacuum sealed, compared to 6 months with regular packaging.
So I'm gonna go ahead and seal my dried peppers too. I'm gonna love this sealer, I think. So you might be thinking, well, why do you want all these dried peppers? Well, we just went through a pandemic, and you saw how fragile supply chains are, and we don't grow peppers year-round. And so if peppers were ever not available, or any food was not available, if you had dried it and stored it properly, you could take this and throw it in soups or chilies. It's really a great prepper item. Another thing that happened this week was Grandparents' Day. And I think this is kind of a thinly disguised fundraiser for the school, but all the grandparents get to come in and spend some time with their grandkids, and they have a big book fair. So here's a couple of scenes from the Grandparents' Day with a rare sighting of my mom. I am 60 years old, and you know how old Papa is?
No.
Guess.
70.
Feels like it. 63.
Can you believe he's so old? That's pretty old.
Okay.
So there's the family with the dog, 6 years old. Picture of my grandson. Hot dog is his favorite food. As you can read, Minecraft is his favorite activity, and favorite color is blue. How did you pick these two books? I see you have the Ultimate Survival Handbook and a book on oceans. What was it that you liked about them?
Because I like ocean.
You like oceans?
And I want to survive in the wilderness.
You want to survive in the wilderness. You've had that interest in a lot for a long, long time.
Okay, what Baba want to play? Alright, you go first. Okay, so
Have a great day.
we're going to stay right here with you until Mrs. Taylor gets back and the rest of your class gets here. Okay.
Are you just sad we're leaving? I'm not supposed to step over this line though. Well, we finally got this area all cleaned up. I had hoped we'd be able to save the playset, but it was too badly damaged when the trees fell on it. The one you've already burnt the branches up there. That's the one you want to save for firewood?
Well, it's good firewood, that's down. It's one beyond it that's completely dead.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's the one. That's the one you want to save for firewood. Yeah, because I mean, really, we probably don't have enough firewood, do we? Yeah, you do have a firewood empire. Look at all that. Aren't these clouds gorgeous today? I think they're really pretty. Well, friends, thanks for sticking around all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. I hope you got a little something out of the video, maybe some meal ideas or just some new ways to save money. And as a reward for sticking around to the end, I am going to tell you a story. And the story is about 10 or 11-year-old crazy cheap chick, a long time ago. So when I was about 10, we took a trip out to California. And on the way to California, we stopped in Colorado. Now in Colorado, I bought a couple of things. One of the things I bought was Rumble Kitty. Now Rumble Kitty doesn't have eyes, ears, a mouth, or whiskers anymore, but I still love Rumble Kitty. And another thing that I bought in a gift shop in Colorado, or my parents probably bought it, was a postcard. And it was a postcard of a cowboy riding a rabbit and herding cattle. And I was just amazed by that. I didn't know that rabbits grew that big, that you could actually herd cattle on a rabbit, a jackalope. Never knew about it. So I was just amazed to find this out. And I had to have a picture to take home and show my friends. Of course, the adults are all making fun of me and they're telling me it's not real. But I dug my heels in because 10-year-old me is pretty stubborn, as is 60-year-old me. And I had photographic evidence. I'm going to show you the picture and you'll see why I believed it. Who wouldn't believe it? There's a picture there. The cowboy is riding a jackalope. He's herding the cattle. And I've got a picture of it. And you're telling me it's not true? I've got a picture. I have a picture of it. Well, that story came to mind recently because when my sister-in-law and her husband were here, we were messing around with AI. I don't know if you've ever checked it out, but you can go to, I think it's called ChatGPT. I'll put the address on here for you. And you can play around with it. And so I asked it to make me a picture. And I asked it to make me a picture of a beautiful little girl in a fall setting. I think I said with some apples and a puppy playing at her feet wearing a plaid outfit. And boom, there's the picture. Now, I am going to show you the picture AI created. And you tell me that if I showed you that picture and said, this is a picture of my niece. Her name's Elise, and that's her puppy, Puddles. Would you believe it? Why wouldn't you? I have a picture of it right here. And so that's how good AI is getting. It can quickly create an image out of a description that you give it. And it's another reason why you have to be cautious. You know, when I was an investigator, when I was a special agent, that I investigated a lot of scams. Thank goodness I don't have that job now that AI has grown to the point it's grown. It's very, very difficult to distinguish what's real from what's not real. And so this is just a cautionary tale that just because you have a picture or what looks like evidence that something occurred, it may not have occurred, because AI is getting really, really pretty good at generating these images. Go to that website, play around with it. We messed around with it for an hour or so. Sometimes it did excellent and sometimes not so good. And so it was humorous. But let me tell you, every hour it gets better. And in another year or two, there's not going to be these glitches you see now, maybe not even in 6 months. And so it's going to become harder and harder to tell what's real from what's not real. And the reason I tell you this is scams. You've got to be very, very cautious because these scams are going to be using this AI to take advantage of people. So anyway, I thought you might find that interesting. And now you go out there, find some bargains. If you got anything at all out of this video, give me a like. Better yet, if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. And it really helps me out if you do those two things. And I'll be back next week with another video with some more tips and some more stories. I'll talk to you soon.